AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Ian Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for Gossip Girl. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Gossip Girl news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AFTERBUZZ TV for Gossip Girl.
Ooh.
That's very nice.
Love it. Hello, I'm Roxy Striar, along with my friend and co-host,
Sara Stretton.
and in the booth we have DJ Jesse Chanity.
What up?
A Gossip Girl fan for sure. And now he's watching all the episodes before us. I feel like we're behind him.
I know.
I am, because I don't get to watch. I would love nothing more than to watch them with you guys.
I know.
But
Me too.
I have to watch them late at night so I can be ready for the next day. And honestly, I don't even do it to
Do the show
guys
you
just
like
got me
it. You
hooked
just
on it.
you're the true definition of a fan.
I am.
You do it just to do it. Okay, so we have a couple of things to start with. First of all, this up and coming Sunday at the John Lovitz Comedy Club, the AfterBuzz is doing a Breaking Bad edition. We're watching Breaking Bad actually there. It's on Universal City Walk, by the way. We're watching Breaking Bad, and then we're talking about it afterwards. Maria Menounos is talking about it with cast members, crew members. It's going to be freaking awesome.
I've heard so much about it. It's all buzz around the AfterBuzz studio.
The buzz.
The buzz. And just everyone's so excited. Basically, we're doing the show in front of like a live audience so people can come out and watch.
And you can be one of them. You just have to buy your tickets. Just where do you buy your tickets?
No, you should be one of them. You can get them in advance at thejohnlovitzcomedyclub.com.
Yeah.
And that's John, Jon, thejohnlovitzcomedyclub.com. If you are missing any of this, you can visit us at facebook.com/AfterBuzzTV. All the information will be up there.
Yeah, and seriously, get them in advance because they're going to go.
And it starts at 7, but be there early. We're going to have a red carpet event, and Universal's doing some Halloween thing, so parking's going to be crazy, so get there early.
Yeah.
Yep. Come meet all the hosts and just see us live. It's a whole
We're kind of
different
fun.
experience.
I think we're a little fun.
Hopefully.
No, but seriously, if you watch Breaking Bad, this is a no-brainer. You get to watch the show, and then you get to talk to people afterwards or see Maria talking to people, and that's awesome. If you don't watch the show, you still want to go. It's going to be an awesome event. It's really fun. I hear there's alcohol. Who
I hear
said
there's
that?
food.
That would be what you're thinking about. No. I hear there's booze, fun. We're a good time. I think I'm a good time.
You're a great time.
You're a great time. Oh.
We're so cute.
Okay, so why do Gossip Girl fans want to go? Because Gossip Girl fans like trendy things, and this is super trendy.
And you'll be there.
And I'll be there. And you can talk
Perfect.
to me. And I'll talk to you about whatever the hell you want to talk to about. So, yeah. Okay, so definitely come out for that. Again, that's this Sunday at the John Lovitz Comedy Club, Universal City Walk. If you don't live in L.A., fly here.
Perfect.
Or start walking now. It could be quite a little journey. Okay, moving on to Gossip Girl, the reason we are here. How do we feel about this episode overall?
Overall, let me think. I thought it was good.
Good.
Not
You're giving it a
great.
7?
Yeah, like it passed, but I wasn't like, oh wow, amazing Gossip Girl episode of
Mm-hmm.
the week, or like, you know what I mean?
My biggest disappointment is seeing that they're not staying in LA. That no part of the season is going to be in LA.
That was an awkward scene too, just how they like brought it back to New York.
Yeah.
I don't know if like where that came out of. Like at least build it up to go back to New York. Like they cut out
100%.
so quick that it was like too sudden, and I did not like it at all.
Yeah, I totally agree. Jess, what did you think of the episode overall? Are we giving this a 7 or are you bumping the ratings up a little?
Nope, definitely giving it a 7. Last week was, loved it, great, fresh.
100%.
This week it was kind of all over the place with the, I understand they're setting us up And last week, which is kind of different for a show because usually the first episode they used to set up, and they kind of saved all of it for this episode. They wanted to kind of give us like a fantasy last week,
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about the royal wedding situation.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's kind of taking over the show a lot, or it took over a lot for this episode, and I wasn't really into it. I wanted to be in California.
It's hard because we went out the season with such a bang, and it's so awesome, and then it's hard to follow up on that. You know, it was too high of a start to have a 7.
Well, all we
as a
were
second
talking about
episode.
next week was how fresh California was and how
Yeah.
it added this whole new component. And now they're bringing back the exact same situation they had before.
They stripped it from us
like-
so quick.
Yes.
It was taken way too quick, I think. I would have liked at least a couple more episodes with it. Just so we got a new vibe.
or
and
at
we're
least we
kind of
could see the meeting or see her working at the producer or something. It's like, oh, my producer had a meeting. I'm going back to New York. Great.
Yeah,
Really?
totally. Okay, so let's start by talking about Nate and our new character, Diana Payne.
Something with Payne. Payne was
Ooh,
what really
Payne,
stuck
yeah.
out to me, and that last name.
So last episode, we see that she was kind of trying to set Nate up somehow, or was trying to meet him, and we don't really know why. And this episode, she's coming to Nate's house to interview Nate's mom about Nate's dad. Did I get that correct?
Yes, what it seemed to be about was that she was interviewing, I guess, a bunch of women or about like rich women who had been with like cons.
Right.
And then because she's starting a new media platform, from what it sounded like. Like she wants to start a media empire, not just like one little magazine.
Who is she? Like, who is this woman? I don't really understand what
I don't either.
is this all an act? Is this like Charlie Part 2? Is this woman trying to trick Nate or help him, or I don't really know. Do we have any sort of idea?
That was my question because last week we obviously got the vibe that she had planned eventually to meet Nate.
Right.
And I'm like, was that in order to get the interview? Or is this interview with his mom just like one small thing in a much larger picture?
I don't know. And I don't think we're supposed to know yet. So I'm still into the story. I could still buy it for a little bit. Oh my God, how hot was that sex scene? Did you smile because you knew what I was going to say?
Yes, I knew exactly what you were going to say.
Like, so hot.
So hot. And like outside in like the...
Where were they? What? I
felt
thought
like
it was like an
one of-
elevator, courtyard elevator.
It felt like to me, you know, when like you walk down the streets and there's like the stairs that go down like below the sidewalk. It's like cement.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm talking about?
Like, yeah.
I kind of felt like that. And I was like, I feel like someone's going to peek in and see them. But
So, is if she's not a badass or not a badass, a bad person, do we see this going somewhere and like we want it to?
no.
Or no?
After watching that, I wanted it. That's the reason why I got a 7 for me.
Yeah. How hot was that scene? Like, damn.
So that's the only reason why I would want it to last.
But
so we
it's
can get
not.
more.
Her
Oh,
body
you
is
know it's not.
ridiculous.
Definitely not
Why
gonna
is her
work.
body so
You
unreal?
know her boobs are like just right up in her neck? Are you talking about that?
No, and like her weight, everything. She's perfect.
I mean, she is Elizabeth Hurley.
That's true, but
Like,
like
she was the host of like, what is it? This is Beauty. There was like a documentary all about beauty, and it was like her.
yeah, she is beautiful. But okay, so we do know though that there's some sort of trick being played,
Yes.
and Nate's gonna get hurt somehow.
Yeah, we know that Nate was part of a plan.
But now he's going to work for her at her company, which does something with media.
Yes.
The confused face is not a comfortable confused face. It's a, I shouldn't be this confused in the second episode.
Over what the heck
what
Nate's
the hell.
doing?
Yeah. I'm not very pleased that I have to make this face right now. It's actually not a good look for me. So, Gossip Girl, can you stop doing this?
Basically, we're just getting the whole sexual affair with the boss
Yeah.
plotline.
A lot of cougar scenes in Gossip Girl. But okay, I mean that was pretty much it. We don't really know what else is going on with Nate, etc. So I think we can move on to Serena and Charlie.
Serena, so they go through this whole thing all episode about Serena's like, oh, I'm going to have you move in with me right off the bat. And was, in my opinion, everything Serena was saying to Charlie was so unrealistic. It was so fast paced. Like, oh, you don't like your roommate? Move in with me.
The Serena Charlie thing was the weirdest part of the show because Serena, okay, there were so many times where I was like, Charlie, just say no. Say, I love my roommates, I don't want to leave. Why say you don't like them? Say, I don't feel like living with you. Move to Seattle. Don't dump your boyfriend. What are you doing? What are you doing?
The only thing I could think of...
What are you doing?
I mean, the only thing I could think of is that she does have this draw to this really rich, fabulous lifestyle.
Yeah.
And Serena's kind of opening that window back up for her. So it's really that choice. Like, great clothes, great apartments versus, like being a waitress.
That's the life she wants to live, sort of?
I think there's an aspect of that. Yes. Because she was in LA trying to be like an actress. Which also I was like, how is that going to work out? Because if you're an actress, obviously they're going to find out who you really are.
Well, clearly she got hired by Serena's aunt as an actress to come have this be her role.
Yes.
And there must have been some sort of, no joke, audition process for that. But now there were just so many flaws in this plot line. Like, I don't understand. I get that it's TV, but I couldn't wrap my mind around all the decisions that kept getting made. I was like, well, that doesn't make sense. No, that's not realistic. Wait,
they weren't really showing the other side, in my opinion. They were just showing Charlie, or whatever her real name is, being like, what? No to boyfriend, yes to Serena. They weren't showing like any struggle with like her being like, what do I want? They didn't show any of what she, like her desires were, you know?
Right. What I don't understand though is why did her check bounce?
The scenario that I made up in my mind was that the whole time she was saying she only had the check to use once.
Yeah.
Because I thought maybe if she like used it, then the aunt would find out where she was and could like cancel it or something. Do you know what I mean? Like she has this check and she's obviously ran away with it. She's not supposed to have it.
No, she is. She was supposed to get paid for the job.
But she wasn't. She was supposed to get the cash in the envelope. She wasn't supposed to get those like inheritance checkbooks.
Oh.
That was what I understood from it.
Okay.
Like she got like a wad of cash.
Yeah.
In like a dirty envelope, which was like what she got paid for pretending to be Serena's cousin.
Right.
But what she also took was she got that like I think it was just like a box of checks.
She just stole
that were from her trust account. And I think there were multiple ones. I think there's like a stack of them. Maybe not. Maybe there's only one. But she took that with her.
Right.
And that goes directly into that big, huge trust account.
CC's, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I thought, or at least what I like put together in my mind, was that she could only use that check once because then they would like know she had it.
Okay, got it.
Or she like didn't want to get caught.
Right. Yeah, because she stole it basically, and she could only use it once before they found out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I totally understand what you're saying.
That at least
so
that's
then
what
why
I
did it decline?
That I don't know. That's what really threw me off. I've absolutely no idea.
Yeah, like I'm saying, the reason this episode gets a 7, really we're being generous. Really, it's a 6. But there were so many things that were like, that's not right. No, I don't think so. What just happened? You know? So, okay, but moving forward, there were some good things about the episode. So what do we think with Charlie and Serena? I actually feel like they would be friends if the whole thing wasn't so weird. They seem to like each other.
To me, it seems like Serena's actually being a good friend. Way too generous of a friend. Like, happy to see her. But it makes me dislike Charlie. Like, and that friendship. Because she's obviously just blatantly using her.
Oh, yeah.
And still lying to her. So it's really not like they're getting along. It's just her wanting this other life.
Yeah.
So
Charlie was like, you would really do that for me? And Serena was like, Of course, us Rhodes girls got to stick together. And that's not just to say that she would do it just for her cousin. She would do it for any one of her friends. Serena is a very loving, generous person.
She also has a lot to give.
She also has a lot to give, but a lot of people who have a lot to give don't. So you got to give credit where credit's due.
Okay, that's true.
And not that Charlie's a charity case, but she doesn't like to see people close to her struggle. And when she can help out, she does. But if she knew what Charlie was doing, like, oh my God, she'd kill her. She would actually kill her.
I mean, or she would just be like, oh, I understand. My aunt's crazy.
No.
Do you really think Serena has enough, like, balls to do anything about it?
No, I mean, if she knew that Charlie wasn't actually her cousin.
Yeah, she wouldn't help her anymore. I don't think she would, like, do anything.
Oh, I don't know. Are you kidding? After paying for a place to live, like, every single thing they do, being her friend.
Serena doesn't ever really take that much action, in my opinion.
I don't know. That's really serious.
I could see, like, Lily doing something.
That's true. Oh, Lily would kill her sister.
Yes.
So where is Charlie? The real Charlie?
Also was wondering that this episode, I'm guessing still in Florida.
Like, with no idea about this whole situation? Are we gonna meet her ever?
Hopefully, that'd be interesting.
Bizarre. I mean, this whole storyline, this kind of weirded me out too. So unless you want to keep talking about it,
I mean, we already noted the most awkward scene of the whole show was between the two of them.
moving to New York.
Yeah, just getting out of the limo, being outside. Just
What?
So unbelievably, like, awkward and spur of the moment. And who does that?
Oh, here's my limo. We're going to New York.
Have fun. Pick up your entire life.
And who expects somebody else to be able to do that? Like, it's very obviously Charlie has some sort of life there, or she wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Bizarre. But anyway, okay, moving on to a storyline that is not believable quite either, but I really actually like, is the Chuck storyline. This whole I don't feel pain disease. Well, I don't remember what the disease was called.
I don't either. It was some disease brought on by, like, a psychological trauma.
Right. It's kind of like post-traumatic stress disorder, which it sounds like it's a legitimate disease, and I don't know. I think I like the storyline. Here's why. I didn't want him to be addicted to drugs. I wasn't looking for, oh my God, here's another drug addiction plotline. He is desperately trying to feel. And that's the part that's so sad.
Very true.
But he keeps talking about how over Blair he is and how it has nothing to do with that. Do we believe that?
Oh, no. I mean, he doesn't feel anything. How does he know he's over Blair?
Right. So his indifference is a sign that he's not?
The reason he's indifferent is a sign that he is not over her. Like, I think that Dan kind of hit it on the nose. Because he said, like, this whole thing is stemming out of you and Blair falling out. And I do think it's part of that. I mean, she's getting married.
It's traumatic.
Yes, that is the event. Like, what else happened before, you know what I mean? Like, I can't think of the reason or when this all started was the night that he gave her away. I didn't see anything else really huge happen to him that would cause
definitely
this.
not.
Which obviously means it's her. And then the other thing that I really liked that Dan said in this situation was he was like, well, why don't we try and make you feel happy instead of pain? That was great.
It's always weird to me when people are like trying for the extremes, when people go for the negative extreme. People kind of forget about the positive extreme. So you're trying to make yourself feel, I mean, hitting yourself or going to Disneyland. I'm going to go with going to Disneyland. Like, I know that's a stupid example. Fine. It's basically people who are sad like to be sad sometimes, you know, and it's self-deprecating. And Chuck is very into the negative extreme. I don't even know if it's ever crossed his mind that he could be completely happy. I just don't know if he is.
It's probably
capable of
really
that.
hasn't crossed his mind that he could be happy without Blair.
Right. Which I actually don't know if it's true that he can. I know that's a ridiculous sounding thing, but I don't always say this. But not that I think there's one right person for everybody. But I really do think that they're perfect for each other. And I think that finding somebody who's perfect for you and letting them go is a complete reason for a breakdown. Finding the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with and then willingly letting them go is brave. It's scary. It's a complete reason for a breakdown. And I think that I don't know if he's capable of being happy without her, knowing that he made that decision to let her go, if he's going to actually be able to live with himself after making that.
But in order for them to ever like develop a relationship again, don't you think he needs to be able to be happy on his own? And you know what I mean?
I do. I don't know if that's the way he's thinking of it, and I don't know if he is physically able to do that.
Maybe not about obviously how he's thinking about it, but just as far as the show goes. Like maybe they want to build up Chuck so that people feel like he and Blair can both be happy and then be happier together.
The two of them go through this constant battle of individuality versus partnership. And they both want to make a name for themselves always because they're both big personalities, big people, have high standards for themselves, want to achieve something other than being Mrs. or Mr. You know, Blair's not in this to get her MRS. She wants to be huge, which is why this whole thing with Louis is kind of very out of character for her because she's so taking a back seat to him marrying into a royal family. But what I'm saying is I think that it is important to have some sense of who you are and individualness and being happy with yourself and not needing somebody to make you completely happy. I do think that's important. I don't know if he's capable of it. And I don't know what it would take to make him capable of that. What would it take to make Chuck happy on his own?
Well, that's what I think they're trying to do. They're taking him to like the bare bottom of the barrel level. He can't feel anything. And now they have the chance to make him feel happy. Like through doing things. And then he can like become bigger and more able to have a relationship that's healthy and not sucking the life out of each other.
So many times, though, on TV and in our lives, if somebody's sad, what they do to the character or what we do to ourselves is we look for a man, we look for a woman, we look for a partner because we think that's what will make us happy, and a lot of times it does, is the truth. So I really hope what they don't do with Chuck is make him try to find somebody else because that's the last thing that I think he needs right now. That somebody was Blair. And clearly, even being with Blair wasn't good enough. So he needs to work on himself before he can find a new woman, be with somebody else.
I agree. I don't want them to turn this into like, have another girl make him happy. That's like not the point.
Yeah. And it's scary. I mean, he had a cracked rib. Literally, I talk about him like
he's a person.
I know.
That like sits next to you on a
I
daily
know.
basis.
I just love him so much. My Chucky Poo.
He can't ever be called a Chucky Poo. He's not a Chucky Poo type of person.
So what is he? Badass Chuck?
Yeah, more like that. Or something. You can't give him a little nickname.
Mother Chucker?
Like
He's Mother Chucker. I think that was an episode of the show one time. What? What is wrong with you? Why are you laughing at me? Because I love him.
just because how you can go from one nickname to the other so seamlessly.
Oh, I'm bouncing around. Yeah, I mean, I stay up at night thinking about this, so yeah. It's a good thing I can talk about Chuck all day.
I think you talk to him in your sleep. Let's get away from Chuck. You're scaring me with him.
How talented was he, though, in this episode as Westwood? I mean, not Chuck. Oh, my God. I feel like he's just so good. Fine. Okay, we can move on. Fine, Sarah.
Thank you.
So moving on to Chuck's counterpart and life partner, Blair.
I'm surprised you don't like her less.
I know.
Out of jealousy or something.
I know, but I think that I'm a true believer in love, and I want love to conquer all, and I just can't let my feelings for Chuck get in the way of his true love for Blair.
Although she's pregnant and getting married to a prince.
Minor detail. Okay.
Those aren't big things. Those aren't life-changing events or anything.
So Blair's pregnant. Blair in this episode meets Beatrice. Beatrice is Louis' sister. Louis' sister is the heir to the throne. Not. I'm going to drop the accent. What's going on?
Thank you. She's not the heir. She's the second in line.
Yeah, she's
to
the second in
throne.
line to the throne.
Yes.
Louis is the heir. And see, I can't say Louis without having anything else being the accent. Louis. How else do you say Louis?
Louis.
Louis. So we think that Beatrice is being nice. We think that she's being the sister-in-law. We think that she's trying to support Blair and all this stuff and being great. And then we find out at the end of the episode.
She's really just looking for a flaw.
And she's
can-
banging the priest that's supposed to marry Louis and Blair.
Yes, and she's set in getting some power.
What a bitch. I have siblings. You have siblings. I just don't know how anybody could ever. Okay, that's not true. Some siblings suck. Some siblings go beyond the point of repair. But it doesn't seem like Louis is that way to her. How somebody could do that to a sibling, beyond me, over my head. How does that happen?
But honestly, she's not. I kind of understand where she's coming from. I think she's crazy.
Whoa.
Okay, she's not trying to like kill her brother. She just doesn't want him to be king because she thinks he doesn't want it.
At the risk of making the world find out that the soon-to-be king's fiance is bulimic?
Wait,
Scandal.
Did you guys not? Did you guys go through the episode thinking that she wanted to be nice to her?
Yeah.
Really?
I did for a tiny bit until the walk in the park when Blair turned and said, "Oh, you seemed awful happy when Louis denounced his title for a couple days and you stepped in."
Right.
That's when it clicked. In the very beginning,
It
I
didn't
thought
click for
she
me
was like
at all.
could be nice.
See, I didn't. I was kind of going. I kind of went along with it, but from the moment that they were sitting down at that table, with Louis, Blair, and her,
Yeah.
and they were sitting down, and Blair, and she said, "No, I canceled my thanks. We get to spend the whole day together."
Yeah.
As soon as Blair got up and like, okay, I have to go, and she went to the bathroom. I don't know, like her look to Louis was like, like, look, she seemed really excited. I don't. So from that,
Yeah, I know
moment-
what
did
you
see
mean.
that
There were
look,
there were a
but-
lot of signs, and looking back, I definitely see it more. But as the episode was going on, I kind of was like, yeah, somebody on Blair's side for once.
Kind of, yeah.
I-
It was kind of
Maybe
like,
it's because I wanted that to
yeah,
be what was
like,
going on.
Oh, this is where Gossip Girl's gonna take us. I
Yeah.
guess.
But I don't think anyone could have predicted the making out with the priest in the limo.
No.
Yeah.
That one was out of nowhere.
I have a really stupid question. Please don't judge me. This is the Jew inside me asking, are priests allowed to be sexually active?
In certain religions,
Continue, Jesse.
Catholic, no, but I'm Greek Orthodox. Orthodox, you are allowed to have a wife and family and kids.
So it's
like,
nuns that aren't
some that are
allowed to
like-
hook up.
nuns.
No, it's actually there's different levels.
Yeah.
From what I know, what I will say is like my actual like this is going. Sorry, little side note, personal information.
I love when Sarah gives personal information.
My great grandma or great grandma
What,
was
one of the two.
actually like a 3rd degree nun, and at her level you're like allowed to get married and have kids, and then you just have to go to like the
Nunnery?
for like a couple months out of the year, but you are allowed to get married. And I think that's kind of it with like all like not all, with certain like religions, like they can get married. I do not think that you are allowed to have sex outside of marriage
Correct.
as any type of pastor.
I do believe.
I
Agree.
think.
I'm with.
So
you.
this is a sin. No matter what, this is a sin.
I think it's bad if they are having sex. I also think it's bad that they're plotting against someone.
Yeah,
I think those are both sins.
Yeah, obviously that's a sin. I was just wondering logistically, is that
If he married her, I don't know about whatever religion he's supposed to be, but in some religions that would be okay. If he's sleeping with her before they're married, I'm like 89%
You look like a
sure.
munchkin when
And
you do that.
Even if it's not, they're plotting. And he's plotting
Yes.
against the person he's going
He's
to
supposed to
get-
wed.
yes.
Exactly.
Very.
Okay. So that was a little bit of a diversion, but okay. Sorry. Going back a little bit here, how bizarre was it that Dorota is actually pregnant?
Yes. I
What?
thought of you, Sarah.
Why did they make Dorota actually pregnant?
I thought of both of you guys because you guys last week were like, you thought she was definitely covering up.
Yeah.
I went
Well,
with you
we-
because it made more sense.
Well, we talked about it. We were like, it was such a good scene. They
Yeah.
were acting so well. They acted like they were so surprised.
Why
And I
did
was
Gossip
like,
Girl
oh, wait,
do
they
that?
were really surprised.
Why is Dorota pregnant again?
Kind of liked it.
Well, it's interesting because which one of you just stated?
What?
Or did you not? Oh my God, maybe I'm giving away what we have for news and gossip. Never mind.
I don't know what you're
Never
talking
mind.
about. Moving
Okay,
on.
yeah.
Anyway, this was just bizarre to me. We see Dorota in the ultrasound, and I'm sitting there thinking, how's Blair going to pull this off? That getting Dorota's ultrasound pictures, and then Dorota's actually pregnant?
And this brings out Blair telling Dorota that she's pregnant too.
Which I like that. I
I
like that the
do.
two of them are like.
Yeah, they're BFF,
And it,
kind of,
I really
in a
did like it.
slave master kind of
Right.
way.
It's so fun. It's nice.
It's definitely
though.
some S&M shit going on there. Okay, you can hide your face. Yeah, okay.
I'm ducking away from the microphone right now.
Anyway, though, so that was kind of bizarre, but I guess I like it. I guess, kind of.
It adds a little.
They can go
twist.
through the pregnancy
I thi-
together.
I think they can add some funny things in there. It makes it more room for excuses. Like Dorota, oh, that's my throw up in the trash can. What are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do we think about this child and who it is? We've got, so clearly we find out in this episode, I thought she had slept with Dan. She didn't sleep with Dan. She slept
No.
with Chuck, and she slept with Louis.
And she slept with Louis hundreds of times.
And Chuck just that once. But
But this is television.
whose swimmers are more poignant? We do not know.
Also,
Thanks for the laugh. She wasn't going to give it to me. It's like,
Oh.
what the hell?
That's a good one. I think it can go either way.
Either way.
Storyline, it can go either way.
it really can. And they left it, we'll talk about it in predictions probably more, but it would be so easy for Blair to either be like, get out of the marriage this way, or make Chuck feel something, or, you know what I mean?
Whose kid do we want it to be?
I mean, obviously, we want it to be Chuck's, right?
She says in this episode, she says, no matter what, it was a kid made out of love, and I'm having it. And I'm having it. I mean, she could change her mind completely, but from our knowledge right now, she's having a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Or she could have a miscarriage, or something could happen. I felt like that was kind of foreshadowing this episode when she said, I didn't tell Louis because I didn't know what could happen.
Which is a great excuse.
Right, that is a great excuse. But the truth is, we don't know what's going to happen. I mean, there are almost as many miscarriages as there are actual pregnancies. There might be more. You know, you never know when you're pregnant what could happen. But if the baby stays, she's going to keep it. If she doesn't tell Louis that it might be Chuck's, baby's going to pop out. Chuck and Louis could not look more different. Like,
However, just by features wise, the baby could just pretend if it is Chuck's and she pretends it's Louis. I mean, if it has dark hair, it could be Blair's. You know what I mean? They can get a lot of Chuck's traits from Blair.
that's true.
So what would really show it besides maybe blood type
Mm-hmm.
and actual DNA?
So, do we want her to tell him that she's pregnant and that it could be Chuck's?
I definitely want her to tell him she's pregnant.
It
I
would
mean,
just-
that's kind of a given.
It would just suck to say, Louis, I'm pregnant, it could be Chuck's, and then it not be Chuck's. You know what I mean? Because then it's like, the thing is, I understand that sleeping with Chuck was wrong, but it happened once, and they never did it again, and they haven't even been in contact. So really, it was necessary for her to move on and be with Louis. So
but
was
is
it?
Louis going to understand that? I mean, he's a royal. He's not
that-
just a guy.
He definitely won't. That's what I'm saying. It's unfair for her to have to say it could be Chuck's if it's actually not Chuck's, and that to ruin their whole relationship when she made a mistake is what it was in her eyes, not in mine.
Well, with
I
her
would have sex
money-
with Chuck any day.
with her money, is it possible to? Oh, the DNA test. Actually, never mind. I don't even know what I'm saying. DNA test has to be once the baby comes out.
It does?
It does?
Actually, because I just went through this with a
Teen mom?
No, with an actual friend.
Oh.
But yeah, she had to wait until the baby came out.
I definitely
legally
thought you
or
could do it
scientifically?
before.
Nope, scientifically.
Wow.
Trust me, she wanted to know.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd want to know too. That's weird. I didn't know that was true.
I didn't either.
And don't you have to have the consent of the person you're testing?
Yes. So that's what's gonna be. She's going to have to give it up, unless
I feel like Gossip Girl's gonna totally ignore all of the specifics of it.
I just don't think we're ever going to see Blair pregnant. They're not going to do that to us. We're not going to see her with
a bump.
a belly. No. We're not going to see it. I don't think.
I think we're gonna see her try and disguise it with clothes, and I think that
I think we might see a bump. I don't think we're going to see a 9-month pregnant belly.
I don't either.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait till predictions.
Oh,
Because now I'm thinking about when she got the dress fitted,
Yeah.
and then they're setting it up for like what was his sister was saying. You would fit the being in the media much better than I would, and it's just the gossip is going to be so much more elevated. This could go like 100 ways, but 3 really big ways now. Though.
Isn't it bad?
Ooh, Jesse's excited for prediction.
Isn't it bad to get pregnant before you're married, though, in the royal scene?
You would think.
Yes.
But Beatrice says her mom would be very happy about it.
I don't know if I believe that. I mean, I guess.
I think it's just if it's gonna happen, if it's his, I think she would just be happy in the sense of that. You know what I mean? It's like it happened, whatever, but it's theirs.
Yeah.
But for the fact that it couldn't be, it might not be.
It could
like,
be
And
someone
predictions,
else's.
I think we should break down every single scenario of whose
I-
it is and if it's blanks, what could happen, for sure. I think that pretty much covers the entire episode, though. We can cut to commercial and then get to our frickin'
Well, I have a
Gossip?
little news and gossip and a little special segment for you girls.
Ooh.
like
me to
you're
check?
just throwing in all these curveballs, and I'm loving it. Loving
I
it.
got it for you girls.
Commercial
Thank-
first.
Yes.
All right.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
All right. So for the special segment, I figured, you know what? Gossip Girl is all about what? Money, the clothes, the fashion.
Trendy.
Yes. So we're gonna do some hot or nots during the episode.
Okay.
So if you guys are listening out there, we're gonna
Okay.
be putting some of the pictures up, and we're gonna be going over what some of the blog sites thought of the outfits. Hot, Serena's mashup. She's wearing all different colors, different prints.
I really like
Loved
this
it.
They're
outfit.
raving about it.
Love the jacket. Love the purse. Thought it was great. I like how the accessories, well, the coat, the earrings, and the purse are really bright, vibrant, but the underneath is a little more muted.
Yes.
My only problem with it, I do love it. I love the jacket purse combination and the shirt. I could have gone without the floral print on the skirt.
You could have gone with a solid.
Yeah,
A solid or make that all one piece as far as her stripes.
a solid. That solid green undertone color. I could have gone with that. I'm not a huge floral person in general, so it could be a little bit about that. But
I was completely fine with that. I thought the portions were really great. It was like short enough for Serena.
yeah,
And it showed, a little bit of the cleavage going on.
she looks hot for sure.
Yeah.
Well, not would be her little dear friend.
That hat.
Charlie,
Yeah.
that hat. And it was in the whole episode.
Yeah.
It was always in her hand.
Why is she wearing it? It's really just an ugly hat.
Well, and she's mixing it with 3 different muted pinks.
Pinks, yeah. It's like a pink vomity. Somebody threw up pink and then used a crayon to try to. Well, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's gross.
I mean, it's
whole
the exact
outfit.
same concept, kind of, as Serena's, just not nearly done as well.
It's
Which
a
might
do
be
and
a
don't.
point. Exactly, but it's the do and the don'ts of combining mutes with brights.
Yeah.
And Serena did it right, and she did it wrong. But maybe that's a point.
That could,
Maybe
very
it's
much-
that she's
definitely, I
trying to
think
fit
it's a
in that
point.
world, and she
Just
can't.
doesn't fit.
Very good call.
You
So
got another
number
one?
2, we have Hot Beatrice's dazzling zigzag. They were raving about this dress. They think her style is, she's bringing a matching style to Leighton Meester's character. Kind of disagree. I think Leighton looks amazing. in this
I'm
picture.
so with you.
Yep, me
Okay,
too.
Beatrice's dress made her look so incredibly wide that I was
Yes.
like, what's going on with her hips? The horizontal stripes work on Sarah. The horizontal stripes might work on Beatrice in a different dress. The cut of this dress, the V-neck is an awkward, and then the sleeves go to an awkward place. I thought that this dress is not doing it for me.
Yeah, like you're squishing grapes with your feet. Like,
Yeah.
That's the thing. I would love this dress if she was going to like a picnic. But she was competing with Blair, who's so. I love Blair's outfit.
This is my favorite
she's got
outfit of the show.
Bright yellow top, that skirt that I can't even tell. It's like patterned and textured with the bright orange shoes, bright red purse, yellow accessories,
Red
bright red lipstick. Fabulous.
Killing it. That outfit's amazing.
So
In love.
sorry, B, but you get a knot.
That's B to Beatrice, not B to Blair.
Oh no, yes, exactly.
Yep.
So next we have hot for Blair's non-feasting fit. She had a beautiful cream frock in which they think she just looked absolutely amazing in. Not digging the flip-flops though, B.
That's
Yeah,
what I was
what?
gonna say.
Why?
I was like, is this with the shot we have up? She like has a plate of food, and I'm like, is this offset? Is this like break time?
I'm gonna say it's offset.
I'm gonna say it's break time because Blair Waldorf does not wear flip flops. I'm sorry. When does that ever happen? Unless they're like diamond encrusted. And as for Beatrice, who's also up on the screen, she's got the floral,
oh, God,
like
disgusting.
almost Asian-esque
He was
type print, and it looks horrible.
It
Literally,
sucks
it-
though that she has no choice in what she's wearing. Cause like as an actress, that sucks. It's just so frustrating. I have a good friend who's filming in Liverpool right now, and she sends me pictures of her every morning, of her different costumes for the day. And sometimes she literally cries about what they make her wear because it's like just so disgusting. And when people talk about it on these blogs and on these things, they're like, "What is she doing? What is she in?" You think she has a choice in what she's wearing?
True, but it's so much fun to talk about.
It is. Well, no, actually, I wasn't even. I was going to comment on the being negative about it, but I'm not going to blame her. I'm going to blame her stylist because you're making her look wide in everything she's had on.
And she's obviously so
She's
tiny.
obviously
Right.
Yeah. Why are they doing that?
I have to admit that when I was watching Blair in this cream dress, did you guys look at her stomach at all?
Yes. Well,
I
we get
can't-
into some news and gossip.
Yeah, I was looking at it and I was just like, I don't know if it's me psychologically to myself being like, you are going to get slightly bigger as the episode's going, but she looked a little bigger.
I didn't like this color on her very much. I think it washes her out a little bit.
It does, but think if she had shoes, maybe a little piece of jewelry, and like a bracelet, nice little bracelet. It's simple.
I like the
I
cut of
like
the
it.
dress.
Yeah.
I do.
Yep.
But-
Into it.
All right, so that's our little special segment. there.
I think that needs to become like a weekly thing.
I agree. I think
That's
we'll
awesome.
Start doing it. Just wanted to whip something up.
You're so good, Jesse. That's why you do
he's
what
the
you
best.
do.
That's why he's here all the time.
Okay,
Alright.
so can you hit us with a little news and gossip?
Not only little news and gossip, but might even have some
TV news.
spoilers for you.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh no, brace yourselves.
Yes, I know.
Brace your ears.
So loose lips sink ships, but lock lips, especially those of a pregnant Blair and a man that's not her fiance or Chuck, may take down the entire Upper East Side. According to E! Online scoopster Kristen Dos Santos, Blair totally makes out with a guy in next week's The Jewel of Denial's Gossip Girl episode. Naturally, we suspect the kissing culprit to be Dan, who's super sweet, consoling of Blair at the end of Monday night's episode has us yearning for the days of Dare. even if B is carrying Chuck's baby. Unfortunately, she isn't spilling the smooching partner, but immediately shuts down skeptics who think it's just another one of Princess to Be's dream sequences. Lately, she's been having the dream sequences. No, this is really going to happen.
I feel like there's going to be some excuse for it. Like she has
like
to.
Like a truth or dare kind of
Or
excuse.
like the other princess like makes her do it.
I don't think so. I mean, tell me if I'm the only one who's feeling this. I was into Dare this week. I was like, Dan is being so sweet, and Blair, and this is working, and he really loves her, and maybe if it's just an accident, but damn, Dare.
I've been, you know me.
I know.
Not down.
You love the Dare.
Not
All
down.
right, now this one might break your hearts a little bit. And I apologize, ladies.
Is it about Chuck? Because I don't think I'm ready.
It is not about Chuck.
Okay.
It's actually about Blair again. As much as we'd like to believe that Gossip Girl will be on the air longer than All My Children, rest in peace, we know in our heart...
Wait.
Of
I'm like
course.
really scared of what you're going to say.
It's up in the air still, but
Let him spit it out, Sarah.
that the curtains are slowly, surely, and definitely drawing to a close. How do we know? Well, this pregnancy business for one. When Blair, Leighton Meester, has the baby, can you honestly see her in a pedestrian life of changing diapers?
Oh my God.
Highly doubtful, but fine. She could easily just pass the baby off to Dorota. For predictions.
I have goosebumps.
Who will already have 2 of her own. So what's one more? What really has our wheels turning, though, is the fact that Leighton Meester just bought a $1.5 million house in the Valley. Blair would be ashamed. But yes, Gossip Girl's classiest Upper East Sider just purchased a modest 4-bedroom home in Encino, California. We all know that Lay visits LA pretty frequently to perform, but that doesn't warrant her establishing residency out here, does it? Our best guess, Leighton knows something that we don't, and she's preparing transition to film roles. Whatever the case, one thing's for sure, Gossip Girl would have a field day with this one. So
You like our very own Gossip Girl.
yes,
I'm sad.
I don't.
that
really
throws a lot in the air.
Those are really
I'm freaking
good
out.
arguments, kind of.
I'm freaking out.
So,
I think that leads us right into predictions.
It absolutely does lead us straight into.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Okay.
It's sad now.
I mean, let's pick it up where it hurts the most with this news about Blair, Leighton moving, and do we think that Gossip Girl's coming to an end? Predictions.
Honestly, those 2 comments are really convincing to me. Or at least they're getting rid of Blair. But you can't continue Gossip Girl without Blair. You can't do it. So if she's gone, I feel like the show has to go. And that's
Oh my
so
God.
sad.
I you know what? We can't. Is this too soon to talk about? We
Let's
just
talk
need
about
to,
the baby. Let's go
We
one
need to
thing at a
predict,
time.
right? The baby. Okay. So it's either Louise or Chuck's. So let's start with saying it's Louise.
Okay.
If it's Louise,
and she tells him.
If it's Louise, she can either tell him about Chuck or not tell him about Chuck. She could, if she doesn't tell him about Chuck, she could go to Chuck on the side and say, I need a pregnancy test. It could turn up negative, and then he never had to know.
Relationship with Louis would be fine.
Knowing Gossip Girl, that will never happen.
True.
More likely, if she decides to tell Louis, she says, I don't know if it's yours or Chuck's. And does Louis end things with her, or does Louis not?
Louis ends things until she finds out it actually is Louise. And then he takes her back for his strong connection to family bonds.
Okay. Agreed?
Well, sort of on that, Sarah. I watched the show Weeds.
Yeah. Love Weeds.
Yes, and so as we know, the main character in that, she had a child with this like Mexican drug lord, and he wanted the baby back. So what I'm thinking could be a choice is that she has the baby, thinks it's Chuck, it all blows up because she's worried that it might be Chuck, so she releases it, or the sister might find out somehow. And then Louis, now she has this baby, and she's stuck in this whole whirlwind of she's not with the prince, and she went through this whole media thing, and now she has this child, and they're probably going to take the child away from her because the royal family would get it over her.
Yeah.
Because remember, as they set it up tonight, all the laws that go along with it. So I'm thinking that, or going off of your abortion comment.
Did I make an abortion comment?
Well, that she may not have, that she could not have the baby.
Oh,
That might be.
I think I made that comment.
I'm sorry, Roxy. Going off that, interesting that the sister made the media comments, because they could really keep Gossip Girl going if Blair is to have an abortion. Think about it. The drama and the mystery that media people would be trying to figure out, well, why did she go to this? If someone catches her someplace she shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And then her being exposed.
Yeah.
And then
And just to point out on that media thing and how easily these people can be exposed right now, they really have 3 situations that can be exposed. You got the royal media stalking Blair and her romance with this prince. You've got Nate with this woman who's trying to start a media empire. And then you've got Dan with his book that's ready to unleash. Like, they have so many windows.
It's a world
for
of
it
secrets.
to all just hit the fan. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. It's a world of secrets, and it's hard to figure out when it's going to happen, but we know it's been coming for a long time. Crap's going to hit the fan.
Yes.
Crap's going to hit the fan for everybody.
Definitely. Like, there's so many opportunities for it right now that it has to happen. And I just want to apologize. I've said, literally like 80 times this episode.
You can't think straight with this show because it's so all over the place, and you just get so excited to talk about it.
It's like, even though we gave it a 7, my excitement level is a 12.
Well, right, because the episode was a 7, but where they're going with the season
is like unreal.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even tell you how excited I am. No, but seriously, that's what it is. Wait, okay. I have to get us back on track, though, even though I'm the one who got us off track. If it's Chuck's, if the baby's Chuck's, what does that lead us to?
Chuck can feel something like fatherhood.
Like happiness and flowers and fatherhood.
And responsibility.
If it's Chuck's, I hate to say it, but it's kind of a good and a bad for you, Roxy. Then I believe it is definitely the end of Gossip Girl, but you will get Chuck and Blair together in the end.
I don't know what's more important to me.
Ooh.
Their relationship or the continuation of the series?
I have to say that, honestly. I really do.
You are a dedicated
Chuck and Blair, yeah.
Bluck
chair
lover. Or yeah, we
chair.
can go chair. You're a chair.
I'm a chair.
A chair lover.
Honestly, though, as I love Gossip Girl more than anything, I need Blair and Chuck to get. You guys understand?
Her my
life result
is like invested in their story.
It is important for my sanity, my physical and mental health.
Like, true love does not exist if this doesn't happen.
Like, if this does not work out, I'm giving up. Which is why, if Gossip Girl ended a season early, but they ended together, as opposed to them not ending together a season later, I'm opting for option A.
Okay, I could understand that.
It's messed up. I know it's messed up. That's like
it's not that.
That's like a sin to talk about Gossip Girl that way. But I need it to happen. I need it. Need.
And
that's,
out of being your friend, I will say I need it too.
Thank you.
For you,
Jesse.
Well, no. If this has to do with your entire yes, absolutely.
If my life is screwed,
if your life is screwed because I want Roxy to find true
we
love.
We all feel this, right?
So absolutely, I'm gonna make this happen.
We're gonna call up. Oh my God, I'm gonna send letters every day.
Jesse, we should just splice together little clips and make her think that what?
Oh, I'm making you guys watch the finale of the final season before I watch, because if they don't end up together,
you're not gonna watch it.
No,
we're gonna take you.
We're gonna fix it for you.
You guys are gonna make it happen and call everybody until there's a new season finale.
Okay.
What's that saying? It's not over unless
the fat lady sings.
No.
How cool would it be if they had remember back in the 90s when they had choose your own destiny books?
Oh my God, I love that. I had one about a dolphin, and sometimes the dolphin swam and sometimes it lived.
In this case, Blair ends up with Chuck, or in this other case, Blair ends up with whatever. And
yeah, but the other case is stupid.
Yeah, but
whoever chose that case is wrong. No, okay. So, do we think it is Chuck's, or do we think that it is Louis?
If this is the last season, I think it's Chuck's. Actually, I kind of think it has to be Chuck's. If
No
it's
matter
not
what.
Chuck's, then they can never end up really together.
And that has to happen.
Or
so.
they would end up together without a baby.
I mean, I guess it is possible. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. It is possible that they don't end up together.
Well, if she doesn't,
Or it is possible that she really doesn't ever find out who's the dad.
No, she will definitely.
No, yeah.
Someone will find out for her.
Yeah.
But if she
like
d-
me.
Right. Well, yeah, Roxy will make an appearance on the show. But if she was to have, if it was to be actually Luis's baby, then, and she loses that because he finds out that it could have
Yeah.
been Chuck's, maybe that will be what humbles her and humbles Chuck enough to finally say, you know what? Let's do it. Or honestly, it might be Dan that comes in if it was Luis's baby and she's like really down on the ground. And I mean, like they could really.
Or if
They
it's
could go
Chuck's
all over the
baby,
place with
if it's Chuck's baby, it could be the moment that they realize there's something so much bigger than us and our BS and our fighting, and we got to team together to do this.
Good job, Gossip Girl, with this. You really found
Yeah, they're
yourself
killing
in-
it right now. They're killing it. I haven't even thought about any other predictions we have to make.
Nate and Crazy Lady definitely going to continue sleeping together.
Oh yeah,
Not going to become a relationship.
I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't
An
know.
interesting spin. She's using him more than he's using her.
What about Charlie being back?
Roll your eyes, please.
I don't know why I'm rolling them. You told me to, so I did.
Bringing her back to New York, we already lived this out. It's just repeat.
Yeah.
Really, how's it going to be so different? Oh, they're going to expose that she's not who she says she is.
Right.
Yeah, I hope that's goodbye to this storyline soon. Seriously, though, the only thing I can think about is the pregnancy, the Louis, the Chuck. That's what this whole show's running around right now. So there's a side story with Serena and Charlie and Dan in the book and whatever, and those could be big stories eventually. But I think the one thing on all of our minds is who's the baby's
Who's
dad?
the baby daddy?
Mm-hmm. And who's
Yeah,
Blair
who's the
gonna-
baby daddy? Exactly. So I think that's all we can do for predictions right now.
So, what about predicting? Is this the last season?
No, I don't think it's the last season. I think we'll make it to 7 seasons. I think. What do you think, Jess? Oh, he's not thinking.
7. We're on season 5.
I don't think we're making it
I
to
think
7.
6.
You think
6 the
6?
most by far.
You think we got this and one
Because
more?
I think we would know by now if they weren't going to. But if something happened, I mean, they go like what 20-something episodes.
Yeah, it's true.
So if something happens with, I mean, why is Elite moving? What's going
Yeah.
on, honey?
And they
Because the show's moving to LA. That's why, okay?
Well, if the show moves to LA, then we can have 3 more seasons.
if
There
they
we
move
go.
it to LA, it'll be a spin-off. It won't be the same.
Yeah, okay.
It'll be like, it'll be Chairs, the life of Chair.
Oh,
And
I
their
love
baby.
chairs.
Okay.
You know how weird that sounds? I love
I
chairs.
love Chairs.
I'm going to get a bumper sticker.
Now you need a shirt next week.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Adios.
See you next week.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Bye. See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.